you had crossed the 4 lanes, what was she driving down the sidewalk?
Your Honor, good morning. Richard G. Serrano, P33828, appearing on behalf with my client, to my right. And please state your name for the record, sir.
Brandon Marcel.
All right, thank you. And sir, do you have gum in your mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no, that's okay. We'll get you a napkin or a piece of paper or something.
This is Robin Lee Miller's fault. This big dummy. Well, you'll see.
All right, and counsel say is the date scheduled for arraignment pretrial in this matter and as to the arraignment.
We waive formal arraigning statute, Your Honor. He did advise his rights as well as nature of the charges, all matching penalties involved.
For waiting from arraignment, enter plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment and as to the pretrial, counsel.
Your Honor, he will plead guilty to driving while license suspended, and the civil infraction companion would be dismissed.
All right, and sir, when you have you please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you have the plea that was placed on the record, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the charge of driving while license suspended, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes.
And you understand all of those rights.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency.
Yes.
Knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
And any immigration issues?
No.
All right, counsel, if you can please run to your client.
Mr. Hill, on 6/2/2025, approximately 9:34 p.m., were you in the city of Riverview operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
That time you had contact with the police, correct?
Yes.
And upon the police officer asking you to produce a valid Michigan operator's license, were you able to provide that, officer?
No.
Because it was suspended on that date and time, you knew that?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary. It's actually accurate. And the court will accept your plea to the charge of driving a license and dismiss the traffic control device. Counsel, as to sentencing.
Your Honor, my client tells me he's not on probation or parole. He does have a civil infraction warrant in Texas, which he's trying to follow up on in a traffic matter. And Your Honor, not on probation or parole, nothing pending. And Your Honor, we would hope the court would see fit to restrict this to fines and costs, which he will need time to pay. He's single, Your Honor, supports no minor children. He is self-employed as a musician. And Your Honor, with that, we leave it to court's discretion.
Sir, how'd you get here today?
I drove.
But we talked about that.
You don't have a valid license, so who's picking you and your car up?
My father.
So why didn't your father just bring you to court, sir?
Because he lives in Woodhaven and I'm living in Wayne at the moment, so.
So now your dad tells to get you back out to Wayne. So why didn't you take appropriate measures? Who do you live with, sir?
I live with my cousin and yeah, he's helping me during the transition, so.
So have your cousin bring you.
He's at work right now.
Okay, and so sir, how's your self-employed musician career going?
Really godly. It's been blessing. It's really blessing. So.
Okay, so then you can afford Ubers and Lyfts and things of that nature?
At the moment, no, because I just moved from Atlanta, so like he just graced me with this period, an opportunity to create and something like change.
How long have you been in Michigan, sir?
For 2 months now.
Okay, and your license is suspended from here or from another?
From here in Roseville, about 3 years ago, I had a driving under the influence, a little marijuana, but.
All right, well, sir, you don't have the right to drive, so you can't drive. So I'll tell you this right now. What I'm going to do is I am going to set this for sentencing to see what steps you've taken to clear up your the reason for your suspension. So, and you're not to drive, sir, at all. If you're driving, you're going to be arrested.
I've informed him of that, Your Honor. He understands. He won't drive. Is that correct, sir?
That's not correct. He's intending on driving.
I mean, God's graced me with like the skill to keep my brothers and my sisters safe on the road. I'm a good driver. I only have traffic infractions, so Other than that, it's not speeding,
Okay,
reckless
let me,
driving.
let me
It's just
clarify, sir. God has graced you with being in the presence of this court.
of God
And this,
and God.
this court of law, has to comply with the laws, right? So the law says that you cannot operate a motor vehicle unless you have a valid driver's license. You don't currently have a valid driver's license, sir. Therefore, you are not allowed to drive. If you continue to drive, you will continue to
That stance with the head down is hilarious. It really is.
be arrested. You'll continue giving your money to courts instead of utilizing it for whatever other purpose you need to, for musical or otherwise. Am I clear on that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand, sir? If you drive out of here, you'll more than likely be arrested.
Of course.
All right, Your Honor, I think he understands.
And they will be watching you outside the door, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you may want to look into getting additional employment, sir, to supplement when you're not able to, get around without you driving. So please have a seat. You got a copy of your bond conditions.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Perkins,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, now we can see. Your citation bears the caption 20.
Mr. Perkins is a trip. Let's play. How did he come to this state of mind?
25 RO 4206. You were cited for failing to stop within the assured clear distance back on the 25th of June at about 8:44 in the evening, 13 Mile and Campbell area, Royal Oak. You can admit responsibility or deny responsibility or admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed here?
Well, I was kind of hoping, yeah, I guess I'm responsible. It was a long week, and, it happened, and, I was, I paid a ticket. I just, appreciate if there just be no points. If that's a possibility, it'd be wonderful.
Is there anything you want to add to this, officer?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to recommend either the driving safety course class or a possible driver reevaluation. Per a Clemmis search alone, Mr. Perkins has 7 civil infraction traffic tickets as well as 8 separate vehicle crashes. And with the accident that occurred and everything, I didn't realize his driving record until this morning, sir, and I just want to recommend something like that to help prevent future traffic citations and crashes.
May I speak?
Go ahead.
You said how many tickets and accidents? Because that
I
is,
think it was 7 and 8 between crashes and violations.
that is way incorrect. I don't know how that came about.
Yeah, I count 9 violations, not 8.
I just enjoyed that so much. I agree with her. She's wrong. She missed one.
And the crashes, I've only seen a couple crashes, but 2 in the last year.
Right.
3.
No.
Yeah. Well, if the officer sees fit to file an OC 88 with the Secretary of State for reexamination, that is within her right. But the bottom line here is that you have admitted responsibility for failing to stop in the assured clear distance, and I think rightly, because unless the other car is backing up, there's no defense to it.
My favorite part of that is you're in front of the Chisnator, okay? You're in front of the Chisnator. Let's say the officer misspoke and said there were 7 incidents when there were actually 6, for example. Do you think that's going to help your cause with the Chisnator. It is not. It is not. Shut your mouth and get through it.
And the fine on this is $195.
Okay.
It can be paid online or by mail or at the courthouse counter, whatever you prefer.
Oh, why does my phone keep doing that?
Okay.
I don't know why you can't. Can you see me still?
You don't know what?
My phone's acting up. I'm sorry. Okay. So how do I do that online? Just go to counter or online?
You can mail it in. You can
Okay.
go online. If you go online, you go to allpaid.com.
If you didn't know, y'all stink. Okay.
Its number is 3031
Okay.
and the fine is $195.
Okay. I'll get that taken care of.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Oh, hold on. So what is the I need to do a driving class or something like that?
No, that's between you and the Secretary of State. I can't impose that.
Okay. So what?
So that's in the event that there is filed a document called an OC 88, which is a request that the person's driving ability or capacity to drive be reviewed by the Secretary of State. And then the Secretary of State will take whatever actions the Secretary feels is appropriate.
Please file it, officer. This guy does not need to be on the road. I like how he's asking advice from the Chisnator. It's like the worst place possible. He literally is too out of his mind to realize all that can happen there is your license gets suspended, and it will. It will, as sure as I'm sitting here.
In response to that document.
What going on?
Yeah, that to my knowledge, that has not been filed as of yet.
Okay. All right. So basically right now I just need to pay the $195.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
On 25 R Road 01642. This matter was set on May 19th, July 7th, now August 18th. The waiting room reflects that there is no person by the name of Jonathan Strobel in the waiting room. And therefore default will enter at 9:04 this time. And we have Ms. McCullough. This is 25 R Road 04469. Ms. McCullough, you were cited failing to yield and there was a crash. Ticket was issued on the 9th of July, about several minutes before 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the area of 6th Street and Main Street in Royal Oak. You have the option to admit or to deny responsibility, or to admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
I'd like to admit with an explanation.
And what is the explanation, please?
So I was traveling and came to a complete stop at the stop sign before entering the intersection, checked for traffic, and as I crossed, I was struck near the rear passenger tire, which indicates that I was already mostly all the way through the intersection at the time of the impact. The force of the collision was significant enough to deploy my airbags, which I'm told is unusual for just an impact to one tire, which suggests that the other driver was traveling higher than the 25 miles an hour. So there also was in the middle of the street a pedestrian yield sign on her way. So while that doesn't change my legal right of way, I understand that. It's part of why I was proceeding with caution and thought that I had enough time to cross safely. And I do have, if we want to look at the photos of my car is all the way through the intersection, through the pedestrian side on the other way when she struck my back tire. So I had already crossed through all 4 lanes and was through the street up into my back tire.
If you had crossed the 4 lanes, what was she driving down the sidewalk?
No, like, the where the pedestrian walk is. Like my car was already almost all the way through that. So when she hit my back tire, like I was already almost cleared the whole
What lane was the other driver driving in?
She was in the right lane.
Okay, now the right lane, as you're crossing the street, you would have crossed the traffic going in one direction, then you went into the lanes of the traffic going the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Then the car that you were in collision with was driving in the second of the two lanes from counting from the center.
Correct.
So when you're at a stop sign, you have to stay stopped until it's clear.
Yes.
To go.
And I believed that I would have had enough time because I don't believe that she was just going 25 miles an hour. When
Doesn't matter if she's going 75 miles an hour.
Right. When I
That's-
totally understand. I'm not denying that I
Right.
should have waited. It just, I proceeded as I had thought I had enough time.
Yeah. And, you know, it's not like you want to put yourself in front of a moving car.
Oh, correct. I had no,
Right.
I mean, I think Officer Kikos can, I had no idea I was about to be hit. I thought I was cleared. We couldn't even find the damage of the car at first. Like it was, like we went around the car twice before we could realize where she even hit me. It kind of came out of nowhere for me because I looked and thought that I had time.
And you had to set up your airbag.
Oh yeah.
That was the first thing I thought when she launches into. We couldn't even find the damage on the car. He's like, yeah, and but your airbag deployed. Shut up.
Is there anything you want to add to this, officer?
Yes, Your Honor. Everything she said was right on. I mean, that intersection right there is extremely annoying, I should say, because there's everyone is stopped at all four ways from northbound, southbound, east, and west, and it just gets confusing for all drivers. With that being said, Your Honor, she does have a good drive record. She was very cooperative on scene. Like to make a motion to impeding traffic.
How cooperative.
The benefit to you, Ms. McCullough, of the officer's motion is that impeding does not carry Secretary of State points.
Okay.
And the fine on impeding with a crash is $220.
Okay.
Now, you can pay that online or by mail or at the courthouse counter if that's more convenient for you. If you pay it online, I can save you a couple steps here. If you go to allpaid.com, ALLPAID.com, and the court's number to put into that system is 3031 3031.
Okay.
And then the fine is $220, and the rest is data that you have on the ticket.
Okay.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's all I got. Actually, I think the right thing happened there, but you could see it coming all day. She's going to get a break. She got a break, but I think an appropriate one. I'm making jokes just you know, just to spice up my stream here. But I think that's about right. She got a ticket. She had to pay a fine. She got it reduced, so it had a little less impact because she wasn't a jerk. And she wasn't a jerk. In fairness, she wasn't a jerk. So she ate a ticket, but probably reduced down to something that didn't have a point or something. That's all. That's all. It all made sense. But the guy before him, that guy, my guess is that guy just smokes a pile of marijuana. I could be wrong. But that's what I think. And he's high all the time, and that's why he's in all these accidents all the time. And those were not like over the top wild cases, but I maybe it's me. I enjoy the Chisnator too much. When he asked her, she said I was already through 4 lanes of traffic. He's like, okay, so was the other driver driving on the sidewalk? He does that crap all the time. And I enjoy it. I just enjoy it. I was thinking the same thing because it's like a small, it's like a small side street cross, intersection. I'm like, how many lanes? How deep does this thing go? Also, when she said the woman was traveling really fast and that the airbags deployed and blah, blah, blah. And then literally 2 minutes later, she's like, we couldn't even find property damage on my car. Like, just saying whatever suits her in the moment, which is typical when people are doing these things. To her credit, she kicked it off with admitting the violation. She did. And then tried to weasel a reduction, which she got. But she got primarily on good manners and not substance, that does not bother me. That does not bother me. That makes good sense. But it's hilarious to watch go down. None of that was nearly as bad as the first big dummy who rolls into court with a suspended license, taking a plea on a suspended license case, and proudly announces to the judge, yes, Judge DeSanto, I drove to court myself this morning. 2 points for honesty, -50 for substance. Thanks for coming out.